Good day, fellow observers. Today we are going to do the Town of Hempstead Sanitation Department test for version 12.5.4.1. It's gonna be a 26-minute drive, 12 miles. Let me activate FSD. Oh, okay. So now I just press the drive. And, oh, okay, so I can't. Okay, so now we are activated. I have to be very observant here. There's a blind spot on my left side. And let's see what FSD will do. So I'm trying to give it as much time as I can just to see where FSD is at in this scenario. Okay, so FSD is not moving, so let me try by pressing the accelerator. Okay, good. Good, FSD is starting to move. Okay, good. All right, now let's see.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Hempstead Turnpike.
Okay, we are making a right here. All right, good. We have a clear path. Okay, good, good, good.
Now turn left onto Hempstead Turnpike.
All right, that's good. So the last time that we tested the sanitation department, FSD actually went to this right lane, and I thought that there's no way for it to make a left turn, but actually there is a way, and there's a dedicated lane to it. And the thing is, I didn't know that, and so I disengaged. So just an FYI, and I just want to point that out. All right, so we have a green light. Okay, good, 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 good. Now FSD is kind of cautious because the SUV here is not spot on its lanes. Okay, now we have a green light. I am waiting for when FSD will make a lane change because in 0.4 miles we are making a right turn. Okay, now we are making the lane change.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Meacham Avenue.
Good.
Now turn right onto Meacham Avenue.
Now we make a right here. Okay, so I'm gonna disengage here. FSD is trying to turn on a no turn red intersection. So I disengage and I will drive manually to make the turn. Okay, good. All right, so let me activate FSD now, reactivate, I mean. So we're moving forward. FSD is slowing down because of the pedestrian on the right side and also for the person here that we just passed by. Okay, now we have a green light. We continue straight. Okay, now we're passing a flashing yellow.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Dutch Broadway.
Okay, so now we have a green light. I do believe we can make this one. So we are turning left.
Now turn left onto Dutch Broadway.
Alright, good. Okay, good. Making a lane change. Now we have a green light, but we have a red light
In
right after
500
this.
feet, turn right onto Franklin Avenue.
Okay, we have a green arrow here. Let's see if we can make it.
Now turn right onto Franklin Avenue.
I think it can make it. Okay, good. Good.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Park Drive. Then take the Southern State Parkway East ramp on the left.
Okay, now we have a green light. It had a green arrow, but the arrow disappeared, and now it's just a solid green. Let's see if we can make this one.
Now turn left onto Park Drive.
Okay, we didn't make it, so we'll have to wait. Okay, good. We have a green arrow.
Now take the Southern State Parkway East ramp on the left.
Okay, now we are merging. I think we have a window right now. Okay, good. Okay, alright, good. Good lane change. Okay, good slowdown here. Actually, not slow down, but making a lane change. But actually, we slowed down first and then made the lane change. So I noticed that FSD now kind of accelerates with its acceleration, and I think that's good. Now what I noticed is that because we're still under the speed limit of 63 miles per hour, that's why it's able to accelerate for that lane change. Okay, we have a window here. Okay, no, never mind, because we have a solid line now. Okay, let's see. Okay, that was a quick lane change. Good. Okay, so we are starting to speed up. We have 3.4 miles left before we exit to 22S. Now we're slowing down a bit here. Okay, good slowdown here. That was a bit on the heavy side of braking, but I think that was reasonable. Okay, let's see. Alright, good. Okay, so it kind of postponed.
In 1 mile, take exit 22S on the right onto Meadowbrook Parkway south toward Jones Beach.
So it postponed just for a little bit, but it still continued the attempt, just trying to get enough space in front of that car behind. Now we are slowing down. We are almost going to exit. We have 0.8 miles left. Okay, good lane change. Okay, good. Now we are on
Now take exit 22S on the right.
the off-ramp. So just a trip update, we are 5 minutes away, 3.2 miles. Okay, good lane change. Oh, okay, so I disengaged because FSD was unsure about it. So let me just make the lane change myself. And let me activate now. Okay, good lane change to the passing lane. Now I will have to increase my speed because FSD is running a bit slow.
In 1 mile, take exit M9E on the right onto East Merrick Rd.
But now we are back to the middle lane, so I'm going to decrease the speed limit. Okay, good lane change. Okay, good slowdown here. Okay, FSD kind of stopped abruptly, but immediately put the acceleration on.
Now take exit M9E on the right.
Okay, so now we are at a yield. And we should be going forward. Okay, good.
In 500 feet, turn right.
Now we are turning right.
Now turn right. In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
So I'm going to deactivate FSD now because we'll have to make a right here. And I don't think FSD, I didn't navigate to this specific spot. Now let me just park real quick. Alright, so let me just give my takeaways. Now we started off from a parking lot and FSD didn't accelerate. I kind of waited and gave it more time, but it didn't still move, so I gently pressed the accelerator and it started moving. And also it crossed the stop on the parking lot, the stop sign, and was able to position itself to the left turn bay. And then we made a turn to Hempstead Turnpike and FSD was able to make a lane change towards the right turn bay towards Meacham Avenue. But the thing is, it was a no turn on red and FSD was actually accelerating, trying to advance, and that was the hint for me that it thought that it can go and make a right. So I disengaged there and just waited for the green light, and then I drove manually, and after the turn I re-engaged it again. And so we moved forward. It was able to adjust to 2 pedestrians on the right side, and in addition we were able to pass through several green lights and a flashing yellow, and then we had to wait for a bit of time towards left turn to Dutch Broadway, and we made a left turn there. And when FSD made the turn, it was on the left lane and it was able to make a lane change to the right lane, because the left lane will turn into a left turn bay, and FSD was able to notice that. And then we made a right to Franklin Avenue, I think, and then we went straight, and we weren't able to make it for the green light, and so we had to wait, and we had the green arrow after that. So FSD made a left and was able to merge to Southern State Parkway. And once in Southern State Parkway, it was able to make several lane changes to the passing lane, and it was able to make a straight and adjust to slowdowns. Now there was a bit of a stop and go situation there, so FSD was able to adjust in that. After FSD was able to make lane changes to the middle lane and then to the right lane and exit towards Meadowbrook Parkway. Now FSD was going to Meadowbrook. It started off from the rightmost lane and it was attempting to make a lane change to the middle lane, but then there was a fast car moving ahead, and so FSD kind of made an attempt to make a lane change, but then it wasn't sure, so it went back, and so the fast car just moved forward. And then after that, FSD, actually I disengaged there, made the lane change, and FSD was reactivated after I did the manual lane change. And so FSD did actually made another lane change to the passing lane, and I increased the speed limit just so I won't block the cars behind me. But shortly after adjusting, FSD wanted to make a lane change and was able to do so to the middle lane, and then FSD was able to do one more towards the rightmost lane and was able to adjust for some cars that were merging because they wanted to exit to the immediate exit ramp. And so after that, FSD made a straight and then exited. It was able to slow down, I think reasonably, because the speed limit suggestion, the speed limit sign, not suggestion, but the sign for the off-ramp to the exit that we went to was only 15 miles per hour. So FSD was able to slow down to adjust that. And then FSD was able to merge on a yield sign. There were vehicles that were passing by, but FSD was able to find a space. Then after that, we went to right to this road, and then now we're here. So I think overall the drive was, I think it's a reasonable drive, although there are some cases where FSD didn't know that it was a no turn on red. Maybe it doesn't have yet the capability to read the sign, but maybe it can, but there's just something going on. I'm not sure. But if you know the reason below, please drop down a comment. So I just want to mention that because that happened to me not only in those areas but also in other no turn on reds during other tests. And then also the lane changes, they were pretty good, but there was one lane change actually that I didn't mention earlier, that it made a lane change to the middle lane. I think that was upon exit towards Meadowbrook, that from passing lane to middle lane, FSD kind of postponed but actually still is on the target to make that lane change. So it just veered back to its original lane a little bit, but then pursued the lane change after. And so that was in one continuous sequence. So that's still like, it was an iffy at first lane change attempt, but then turned out to be just enough to make the lane change. So those are all my takeaways for today. And if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!